Two mechanisms are making this feel worse than it is, and both of them are lying to you in ways worth understanding. The first, the comparison, is rigged. When you say, this feels flat, you are comparing today against something. And what you are comparing it against is day 11, the last time you felt the rush of gain. That is your reference point. But day 11 felt good because you were acquiring. That feeling was this signature of installation. And nothing that comes after acquisition can ever win that comparison, because nothing that comes after acquisition produces that sensation. You are holding today to a standard that only exists during a phase you have completed. It is like being disappointed that adulthood does not feel like your growth spurt. The second mechanism, and this one is subtler and more important, your standards rose. Go and read your day six geometry sentence right now. Not for content, for quality. And notice that you can see what is wrong with it. It is vague in places. It hedges. It records a cluster without a tightness. There is a void entry that says almost nothing. You could not have seen those flaws 2 weeks ago. They were invisible to you. They looked like perfectly good entries at the time, and you closed the book satisfied. So here's what has actually happened. Your work has not gotten worse. Your capacity to detect its flaws has improved, and improved faster than the work itself. That gap between what you can now see and what you can now do is experienced as dissatisfaction. And that dissatisfaction is being misread by you as evidence of stagnation. It is the precise opposite. You are dissatisfied because you have gotten better. A person who could not see the flaws would be perfectly content. The discomfort you are feeling is a symptom of the improvement you cannot detect. I want to tell you where people leave this practice because you're standing in it. It is not in the boring week. Days 4 through 7 are unpleasant, but people survive them because they are early and there is still the promise of something ahead. It is not on the day of the hard question. Day 8 is frightening, but a frightened person is engaged, and engagement keeps you at the table. It is not even when something fails. A miss stings, but it is interesting. It gives you something to think about. They quit here on the plateau when it is working, when they are competent and consistent and doing everything correctly, and the working produces no sensation at all, because there's nothing to push against. No enemy, no crisis, no drama of any kind. Just a competent person doing a correct thing that has stopped feeling like anything night after night, and a slowly growing sense that this must not be going anywhere. And so they do not renounce it. Nobody makes a decision. They simply find one Tuesday that they do not much feel like doing the session tonight. And then it is Thursday. And then it is next week. And the notebook goes in a drawer with 18 days of honest records in it, which I want you to notice is the most valuable object they have ever built, and they are about to abandon it 3 days short of the point where it starts paying. They mistake the end of the excitement for the end of the road. The excitement was never the point. The excitement was the noise the machinery made while it was being assembled. It has gone quiet because it is finished. The machine does not run on excitement. It runs on Tuesdays. Let me tell you what the plateau is actually for, because it is not a pause between two interesting parts. It is a precondition, and without it, nothing that follows is possible. Your drill today, and it is diagnostic. You are going to measure the plateau instead of feeling it, because feeling it has been giving you bad information for a week. 1, time your session. Actually time it with a clock and compare against how long day 5 took you. You will not remember precisely, but you will remember whether it was laborious. That comparison is data. 2. Read your day 6 geometry sentence and count what is wrong with it. The vagueness, the missing tightness, the thin void entry. Every flaw you can see is a flaw you could not see when you wrote it. Count them. The number is your improvement, and it is the only honest measure of what is available. 3. Ask yourself, does resisting the isolate still cost me effort? Does going to the void still require a decision? Answer honestly. If the answer is no, if these have become free, then something enormous has happened to you, and it happened without producing any sensation whatsoever, which is precisely why you missed it. 4. Run the session as always. Then review your map from 3 days back, day 15. 5. And then rest, because tomorrow is a long one. Tomorrow is the day you sealed on day 5. 14 days ago, you ran a blind pass through your deck. You wrote down what arrived, and you closed the notebook and did not look at it again. Tomorrow, you open it. Do not open it tonight. Not to check something, not to prepare. 14 days of not looking is the mechanism, and you are 14 days in and you have 1 night left. Do not spoil it now. 3 days from the end out of curiosity. That is day 18. You have not stopped improving. You have stopped acquiring. And acquiring was the only thing that ever produced a sensation, so its absence feels like an ending. It is not an ending. It is the filter stabilizing, which is Spatial Psy book's own word for it. And it is the precondition for everything the last third of this course is going to ask of you. An instrument that is still changing cannot measure anything. Yours has stopped changing. That is why it can finally be used. You are no longer learning the system, you're using it. And the working produces no sensation, and that is why this is where people quit. Not in the boredom, not in the doubt, not in the failure, but here, in the flat, competent middle, where everything is fine and nothing is happening. The machine does not run on excitement. It runs on Tuesdays. Go and have a Tuesday. Time it. Look at your old entries and count what you can now see wrong with them. And notice, if you can, that the things which used to cost you effort have quietly stopped costing you anything at all. You haven't stopped moving. You have stopped needing to. Tomorrow is the big one. 14 days ago, you ran past one of the deck lexicon and you sealed it. Tomorrow, the seal comes off and you find out what your deck has actually been saying to your hands. Measured, scored against a record you cannot now remember making. Do not open it tonight. I will see you on day 19. This is Dr. Rivka Edery, author of Spatial Psy. Thank you for being with me today. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Thank you. Take care.